Boom, boom, boom. Hi everybody, my name is Tommy and today I'm going to be your amazing science teacher. And like I said before, today I'm going to tell you about auroras. Auroras are special phenomena that usually happen in Alaska, the north part of the world. These are some auroras that have been caught in central Alaska. So what actually causes this these really beautiful types of lights? Well, it is this ball of light. Can you guess what it is by looking at the under part? Well, just lock your screen, turn it around, and you see this. The sun, of course. Well, it's actually really complicated when the sun sends waves over to our Earth. It doesn't send the light straight to our Earth, or our Earth could probably burn because it's too near. It has to send small nanometers of light using things called solar winds. This is the dance of the solar wind. Over to here, 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 blah, 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 until it reaches the whole end of the universe. The sun has a method. One method that is really famous of burping to send solar waves. This is the one that I know, and the one that is really famous. First of all, just a small gloop, then it gets longer, and then it explodes and sending a massive amount of heat away from the sun. It is just like when you have a wooden sword or maybe a metal sword, then you put fire resistance over it and you put some cardboard over it, and then with a bang you use a match and you light the sword. Wait until it covers the whole of the cardboard and slash. Just like that, sonic drive slash. The sun has other ways too. If it doesn't have any bursts or explosions, it sends me solar winds, like I said. Or if it sends a small explosions, which I call as minor explosions, a small ball of heat will form together and explode, and then sending a bullet-shaped piece of sunlight all the way to the end of the universe. If it touches our Earth, exactly. Now I'm going to tell you about the types of auroras. In the northern hemisphere, if you see an aurora, it is called Aurora Borealis. Say it again, Aurora Borealis. Or if you're not used to English, you could just say Northern Lights. Next of all, in the southern part of the hemisphere, you call it as Aurora Australis. Aurora Australis. Say it again, Aurora Australis. Or like I said, if you have problems with your English, you could just say the south or the southern lights. And finally, this is probably the most interesting part of all, the name of the burp. It is called the coronal mass injection. Say it again, coronal mass injection. So now, let's just look over the things that we have studied. First of all, about the Central Alaska, which has Central Alaska is in the north, so we call it the Northern Lights. And as Northern Lights, they go all the way to the end of the north and never stop until they reach the south when they fade away. Next of all is what causes it. Our sun, of course. Next of all, I told you about the dancing routine of the solar winds, like that, all the way to the end of the universe. Next of all, like the sonic drive slash thing that I told you, or also called as coronal mass injection. If you have problems with your English, just call it sonic drive slash. And it bursts, gets longer, and then explodes, which creates a sword slice shaped piece that goes all the way to the universe until it reaches our Earth, And I told you about the two names of the two types of auroras. Aurora borealis, also called as the Northern Lights, and Aurora australis, also called as the Southern Lights. So it is the end of today's lesson, and see you next time with the next lesson, the life cycle of the salmon.